they can write letters.
Yeah, so what if you like gave them thanks for visiting St. Augustine, like just 10 blank ones so they could do a letter.
Are they now? Is there anything about T-shirts or clothing?
No, it said in things that you can't send, it's not pointed out on this one, but you can't have any padded envelopes, you can't send anything in boxes, so really I don't think it would be a problem.
Can you wear the shirt in prison? Like an alternate to a uniform?
I mean, I don't know. I've never been in prison.
They just stitch their number on the side.
Well, what if we got orange, like bright orange Marquesho shirts? We could do that, right?
I think so. Oh, you are not allowed to send mail in boxes, padded envelopes, plastic bags, multi-layer packaging, or envelopes that include metal parts. Also, any package containing bubble wrap or packing peanuts or cardstock type envelopes.
Literally, my only question was, can I send these dudes a T-shirt? Well, I
I'm
mean,
letting you know it doesn't specifically address the t-shirt, but those are the guidelines.
I'm wearing nothing but a Marquesho t-shirt. Like considered nude.
oh, you know what we can do? We can send them a picture of a T-shirt,
Well, that's perfect.
but not an 8x10.
But